Marilyn Manson is joining us tonight. Starting with the album Portrait of an American Family, Manson has seared his music and image into America's collective memory for over a decade. With his artwork, a new album, Eat Me, Drink Me, and a future film project based on the life of Lewis Carroll, Marilyn Manson is once again ready to show conservative America what it doesn't want to see. Marilyn, thanks for arriving here and showing
aggressive
up.
Intro.
Right on. Pretty good, right?
Yeah.
You were releasing the album Eat Me, Drink Me, and it's the first record in 4 years. Were you off music for a while?
It was a strange period. I mean, I pulled a bit of a Ziggy Stardust moment where I wanted to quit music. I didn't really have any interest in doing it anymore because I felt the music industry had gotten to a point where I just felt completely unfulfilled, uninterested. It just seemed very objectified, very much a product, very much a cliche of what, someone was supposed to feel. But I just didn't really feel inspired to do it. And then I kind of sunk into a weird black hole of, I didn't really know what I wanted to do. And I kind of almost lost an identity. Like I didn't know who I was because I didn't really have anything. Because I've always identified myself personally by what I do.
Yeah.
And my greatest fear has always been not being able to create. And I almost got to that point. I got to a point a couple of months where I don't think I've ever been that lost. And, different things changed, different people in my life changed, things moved around. And I wrote one song, and then it became maybe the fastest record I've ever worked on. But this is the record that I've always meant to make.
Oh, wow.
I never did before.
What does this new album say about America, if anything?
I'm not sure if this record is very American specifically. I think it's probably the most autobiographical. I think the center point is about wanting to find a connection. I think it's like the ultimate desire to feel like you're a part of something, that you matter. So to me, the whole thing is about wanting to feel a part of something.
Yeah,
So in that sense, I mean, it's kind of very comprehensive of my whole life, if I have to look at it objectively.
Is it like more of a personal statement than some of the other records?
Yeah. I don't think it's me looking at the rest of the world anymore. I think it's me looking very much at myself, not even looking at myself, just saying stuff about myself I would be maybe too embarrassed or too self-conscious to say. But I think it will really take people back a step, and is very rock and roll. I think it's very untechnological. It sounds very back to music.
With all the exposure you get, there's the good, which I'm sure is really good, but I'm sure the negative part of it is gonna be really hard. I mean, I've never seen any musician who just gets the firewall like you do.
Yeah.
So what's that like?
I've learned to kind of ignore it, but as far as after surviving Columbine, I think I kind of went over the hill of like what you can tolerate, because that was just like the worst. That was, I'm in Hollywood and people are giving me dirty looks like I did something wrong.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck? What are you doing? So I've just learned to deal with it.
Right.
I had to move out of LA. I moved to Chatsworth.
Oh, nice. I remember I was at Sunset Sound down the street, down the road in Hollywood, doing vocals on a record. And I took a break, went out to the front lounge, watching the news, Columbine. I was like, oh no, this is really bad. I said, they're gonna have to blame it on someone. They're gonna pin this on someone who's not at fault, because no one in this country likes to take personal responsibility, bad parenting or whatever.
Yeah.
I said, they're gonna hang this on someone by sundown. And he said, like who? I said, crazy rock and rollers, Satanists, and I said, someone like Marilyn Manson.
Yeah, I kind of assert myself as an obvious candidate for everything like that. Like, I can't feel like I didn't ask for it when I make a record, like Antichrist Superstar. It's kind of,
Well, that asks for it.
yeah.
In a way.
I
You
mean,
say you have a title like that, you're kind of going like, it's here.
Yeah,
Come on.
exactly. So I didn't do any press. I refused. You know, I got offers from everyone.
Yeah.
And then when Michael Moore interviewed me, it doesn't really show it in Bowling for Columbine, but I had been, I came back to Denver for the first time since then, and I was playing on Ozfest at Mile High Stadium.
Right.
And we had hundreds of death threats. So I'm thinking, if I'm gonna die, it's gonna be today because it's Mile High Stadium. They're not gonna be able to stop it if someone wants to, you know, shoot. So when I went on stage, there was, you know, I just had to decide, okay, I can't live without doing what I do, so I have to accept the fact I'm gonna die for it if it's gonna be today. And it was a great show. Obviously, I didn't die. But when I did that interview, there wasn't really a name for the documentary. It wasn't really there. I feel a little bit, I don't know, I wouldn't say used or anything like that, but when he did the interview, I talked to him for about 2.5 hours. And a lot of the stuff that he went on to say in the second half of the documentary was stuff that I said to him, but it opened a window that kind of reintroduced me to the world in a way that people hadn't really understood me before. You know, if I got paid for every time someone came up to me at an airport or anywhere saying, I saw you in Bowling for Columbine, the most common thing I get is, I didn't know you were so intelligent. Like, I didn't know you were so fucking stupid, but I don't know you, you know? So, but, you know, it's a backhanded compliment, but...
The documentary at least asked a really important question, like, what's our problem with gun homicide in this country?
Right.
And your moment, and I've seen the thing twice now, and it's your moment in that that really resonated with me the most.
I appreciate it, and